What's hidden under Greenland's ice? Beneath nearly 3 kilometers of ice in Greenland lies a landscape no human has ever seen directly. For centuries, this island looked empty, silent, frozen, almost forgotten. But today, scientists, military planners, and world leaders are all paying attention to the same place. Why would a frozen island with only about 57,000 people matter to the entire world? Because Greenland is not just ice. Greenland is information, resources, and possibly one of the most important strategic locations on Earth. During the presidency of Donald Trump, global headlines appeared when the United States openly discussed the idea of acquiring Greenland from Denmark. Many people laughed at the idea, but governments rarely focus on places without a reason. So what makes Greenland so valuable? The ice sheet. Greenland is the largest island in the world. Nearly 80% of its surface is covered by a massive ice sheet. In some areas, the ice is over 3 kilometers thick. Everything we see from above is only the surface. The real Greenland is hidden underneath. Ice core samples drilled by scientists reveal that thousands of years ago, parts of Greenland were not frozen at all. There were rivers, soil, and plant life. Then the climate shifted. Snow accumulated year after year. Eventually, the island became sealed beneath ice, preserving the ancient landscape like a time capsule. Today, that time capsule is beginning to open. Melting ice. Greenland's glaciers are melting faster than researchers expected. If the entire ice sheet were to melt over very long periods of time, global sea levels could rise dramatically. Coastal cities around the world would be affected. But melting ice does something else. It reveals what has been hidden for thousands of years. Radar imaging and satellites have mapped mountains, valleys, and even a canyon stretching hundreds of kilometers beneath the ice sheet. Scientists explain that radar waves can sometimes create geometric-looking reflections while passing through thick, moving ice. There is currently no scientific evidence of artificial structures beneath Greenland. But the hidden landscape itself is extraordinary. Cold War secrets. In the 1950s, during the Cold War, the United States built a base directly inside the Greenland ice. Its name was Camp Century. Engineers dug tunnels into the glacier, constructed rooms, laboratories, and even installed a portable nuclear reactor. Officially, it was a research station, but declassified documents later revealed a military plan known as Project Iceworm. The goal was to test whether nuclear missiles could be placed beneath the moving ice. However, the glacier itself slowly shifted and crushed the tunnels. The project was abandoned. Some materials and infrastructure remain buried deep within the ice today, monitored by researchers and environmental scientists. A strategic location. Greenland is important not only beneath the ground, but also above it. Because of its northern position, it sits directly along routes that missiles and satellites travel across the planet. For decades, the United States has operated a military installation there, now called Pitafik Space Base. Its radars can detect objects crossing the Arctic within minutes. This makes Greenland one of the most valuable observation points on Earth. The 1968 crash. In 1968, a U.S. B-52 bomber crashed near Greenland while carrying nuclear weapons. Recovery teams worked in extreme conditions to remove hazardous materials from the ice. Historical records show that most components were recovered, although the environment made the operation extremely difficult and dangerous. The incident demonstrated just how remote and unforgiving this region truly is. Occasionally, radar and infrared systems in the Arctic detect objects that cannot immediately be identified. In aviation, these are called unidentified aerial phenomena, meaning simply that the object's nature is unknown at the time of observation. They are not confirmed to be extraterrestrial or advanced technology, only unexplained until further data is available. One final thought. From ancient landscapes preserved under kilometers of ice, to Cold War bases, to global climate research and space monitoring systems, Greenland is far more than an empty frozen island. Sometimes the greatest mysteries are not hidden civilizations, but the parts of our planet we are only now beginning to understand. And as the ice slowly melts, Greenland may continue to reveal new knowledge about Earth's past and possibly its future. This documentary is presented for educational and informational purposes based on historical records and scientific research.